Handicap is for handicap spots.
Are you a handicap person?
I'm not in a handicap spot, am I?
Right, you're on the street that requires either a permit or a handicap.
I'm not in a handicap spot. That's what you should be really concerned about.
What kind of people would make handicap folk walk extra few blocks to get to the entrance to a park just so they could park up front and be lazy? Well, you're about to find out. Yeah, welcome in everybody to the channel, November 15th, 2023. And this is from California at Runyon Canyon, where people have to park in a parking lot and walk up a couple of blocks to get into the entrance to the park or the hiking trails or the canyon. Yet there is a handicap spot available, handicap row along the curb right up near the gates, so handicapped people don't have to walk that extra amount of space. Watch what happens when people who aren't handicapped decide they're going to park there. This is great. We're going to jump into the video, and I'll probably fast forward a little bit, but let's let you take a look at it.
It's dawn in the car capital of the world, Los Angeles, and we're on the hunt for handicapped parking cheaters. We're with undercover investigators for the California Department of Motor Vehicles, dressed as harmless pedestrians.
I love when they do stings
as they
like
set up
this.
a sting for mooching motorists.
I love it.
This car here is something you're looking at?
Right. This SUV is parked outside one of LA's chicest hotspots. No, not a nightclub, but the Runyon Canyon hiking trails through the Hollywood Hills. Parking near the gate is legal only for nearby residents or the disabled with parking placards to prove it.
Now, don't sleep on these placards, because this is going to come into play big time in just a second. Check this out.
And we ran the placard. It comes back to a male subject. And one of our investigators observed two females walking out of the car.
So there wasn't any man in the car?
No guy.
No man in the car.
He suspects that the women, still off on their hike, are using someone else's handicap placard to score this prime parking spot.
Man, it's typical. It's common. I see it all the time. People using, it'd be like a 30-year-old woman who you know is just fine, or a 30-year-old guy, and they're using like some, their grandma or mom's 70-year-old handicap parking lot. They just grab it and go to the town. It's common. Seeing it all the time.
Everyone else finds parking in the streets below, then hike up the couple of blocks to the trail entrance. Disabled parking abuse might seem like a small issue of trust, but it does get people everywhere riled up. While visiting a restaurant, Kenny Mills and his wife
Wait till you see this story. This is crazy. I've seen this before.
Julie found a police car parked in the handicap space. No emergency in sight. Julie posted it on Facebook, where it quickly went viral.
Never ceases to amaze me. We've covered it in the other videos, but it's always the police or people like building inspectors, city people who think they're just higher above the law. Mind-blowing. And then they're like, oh, what's the big deal? Mind your business. It's no big deal. It is a big deal. Look at this picture that I have stopped this on right here, where this gentleman is handicapped and needs that spot. Now, what if somebody else had to come in there? It looks like there's 2 spots, so he got one. But what if somebody else came in there and needed that and wasn't able to use it? It's pathetic. It's lazy, and it's shameful.
Online outrage pouring in.
I would gladly walk and give them my spot.
Despite the obvious bright blue paint and giant wheelchair logo, the cop got no more than a talking to by his boss.
Always.
Since the space lacked a warning sign announcing it's illegal.
Oh, it has to have a sign, because the bright blue paint and the bright blue sign and the knowing, that cop knew. They always know. Everyone knows, cop or otherwise. The sign wasn't necessary. It's supposed to be there, but they know better. Come on.
Back in LA, that black SUV is still parked an hour later.
Copy, 2 women. We're rolling.
The hikers finally return from their workout, and the investigators reveal themselves. The driver says the placard belongs to her handicapped husband. By law, the person it's issued to needs to be in the car for it to be valid.
Parking placard. It's a linear part on a parking tree where you need to permit to park. And the person that this belongs to is not here.
So out comes the citation book. The fine could end up as high as $700.
Woo, California, man, the inflation. Want to talk about it? $700 up to? And they're always using the excuse. He's always with me. Is he with you today? Clearly not.
Hello, how are you? So I'm with ABC 2020, ma'am.
Oh, look at her hide her face. Look at her hide her face.
Park here and go hiking. Obviously, you were not disabled.
Her poor pooch seemed to share in the embarrassment. Her passenger didn't want to talk either, but instead ducked away and got in some unscheduled exercise.
And these citations are misdemeanor citations for
So it's a crime.
It's a criminal activity.
Vito Scattaglia is
Criminal
the Deputy
activity.
Chief of Investigations for the California DMV. His investigators have been to Runyon Canyon several times, and so the number of outlaw parkers has dropped off.
The tickets do
this
work
neighbor is grateful
for a little
Before
while.
the cops start showing up, you had a sea of blue placards?
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. We could have 7, 8, 9 cars on this street alone.
He doesn't want his identity revealed for fear of hostile hikers striking back, since he helped bring attention to the rampant abuse in the first place, reporting it on the website handicapfraud.org.
There's an entire website, handicapfraud.org. You can go there. I think it's still active and report it. It's pretty crazy, but funny. Good for him for doing it.
They're coming here for exercise. You know, park down there legitimately and get your exercise walking up this hill.
But despite the public shamings and tickets, the days we watched, there were plenty of hikers who did not get the message.
You can literally go to any shopping center, any handicap place, any strip mall, any hiking trail that has this sort of thing and film day after day after day, and you'll get non-stop of these people doing it, like literally non-stop.
Including this guy driving the SUV. A handicap placard in his window, he parks illegally and hits the hiking trails with pit bull and
Him and his
passengers.
dog and his girlfriend, perfect shape.
While they're gone, the investigators check his placard and find it registered to a much older male. The couple returns 40 minutes later to an unwanted welcome.
You know it's illegal to use somebody else's placard. I didn't know that.
On top of the
I didn't know it's illegal to use someone else's placard. Come on, man. Seriously? No, I know it's illegal. I don't care. That's the answer.
fine, the actual owner of the placard, his grandfather, will have to reapply now to get a new one.
This time we're confiscating this placard.
Hi, I'm Jim Avila from ABC News. So I'm just wondering, you're a healthy guy.
Yeah.
Why would you use a handicap sticker?
Because I'm lazy.
To go running.
Handicap is for handicap spots.
Are you a handicap person?
I'm not in a handicap spot, am I?
Right, you're on the street that requires either a permit or a
I'm
handicap.
not in a handicap spot. That's what you should be really concerned about, is people parking in handicap spots, misusing a handicap.
So you've never used the...
That was great, great answer by this guy. I'm not in a handicap spot, am I? Technically, he's got a point, but if there's a sign that says that street is only for handicap parking, then it's the same thing. He's got no argument. But I would have to see that sign. I didn't see it.
placard to park in a handicap spot?
Never. Why would I park in a handicap spot?
Why would you have a placard on your car when
This
you're
is
not?
my mother's car. It's not my car.
But you just happen to use it
I'm
today.
borrowing her car, yeah.
Anybody ever just say, "I'm sorry"? You know, you're right.
We do run into some of those, but for the most part, they're pretty vocal with it.
No, they never say sorry, ever. I don't know that I've ever had one. Maybe one. Maybe one.
Yeah. Well, we've had several physical altercations on these type of operations.
And that's why you guys ask me why I'm not out filming. I'm going to, but that's why you guys ask me why I stopped filming. The physical altercations with police. Imagine how they feel about me, some random person.
What they do here are plenty of excuses. This guy wasn't hiking. He told officers he was using a handicap placard to pick up his grandmother. But they called his bluff and followed him to the front door, where he turned back and admitted the truth.
Wasn't even her house, huh?
No.
So after giving up the game, investigators issued a citation and confiscated his placard.
We're from ABC News. We're wondering why you were using the placard. You don't look to be handicapped.
I am handicapped.
You are? Yes. Is that your placard?
Yes.
Why did they take it from you then?
Final.
It's my placard. It's mine. Then why did they take it from you? Whoop, out he goes.
Stop for these violators? A judge, a fine, possibly community service. The good news is there's now a better option. Hikers can drop off their cars with a new valet service, then hit the trails. The car will be waiting for you when you return. And at just $5 plus tip, it's a lot cheaper than that ticket.
That's hilarious. Somebody found the problem, put the solution in, and is making money off of it. Gotta love American capitalism, right? Anyhow, that's from California. Hope you guys enjoyed that little clip of the video of people misusing handicap placards. It's everywhere, guys. Everyone is lazy. Everyone's looking for a loophole and a way around it. It's never ending. You could literally film for weeks. You could take 1 month and go film people at a strip mall, parking, Walmart, wherever, and you would have content for the next 10 years, I promise you. So that's it for today's video. Appreciate you watching. As always, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate the algorithm help there with the likes, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. And until the next video, have a wonderful evening. I'll see you next time.